Coach G back with Believe Basketball. Today we got the reverse. So a reverse layup is pretty much using the rim as a shield and finishing on the other side of the rim reverse. So a regular layup, you take off, 1, 2, I finish here. A reverse is I'm going to finish on this side of the rim instead of finishing on the side that you take off. So the first thing with the reverse is understanding how you're going to actually do a reverse and where to put the ball at. So a reverse, everything is still the same leading up to how you're going to take off. So with a regular layup, you're taking off like closer to the rim. With the finger roll, you're taking off further away. With the reverse, it's going to have to mimic a regular layup going over top. All right, you want to sell that you're going to do a regular layup, all right, and I can show the ball as I'm taking my 2 steps if I'm not athletic enough to actually jump and then go to the other side and finish. So one thing I would do is go, as soon as I take my gather, so I gather here, I'm going to show immediately, and then I still have another step to get to the other side and finish. So that is the beginning stages of your reverse. The finishing stages is understanding where you're going to be. So you're not shooting blind, but you're shooting in most cases at different angles. So I might be here and I have to finish backwards like this. I might have the ball in my right hand and finish this way. A lot of the times the angle at which you do your reverse is always going to change. When you get underneath the rim, you have to be able to see and develop that like spidey sense of, okay, I'm here, I know where the square is, and I have to get my angle correct to hit that square. So just to get used to doing that, one thing I like to do is a reverse miking. It's as simple as that. Just to understand, I will stand here and I'm looking up. I'm going to look up and just study where the square is in relation to my hand and how the ball is going to get there and how I'm going to do that. So I would just stand here. Okay, I see as soon as I do this, it's just like a finger roll. Normally I go here like this and I'm shooting this way. Now instead of doing the finger roll and letting it roll off this way, I'm going just like this. Okay, finger roll. The ball is going to go that way for a finger roll. With the reverse, the only thing that's going to change is I'm going to flick my wrist back this way. We don't have to add any English and spinning the ball this way or that way. We don't have to do anything like that. Just keep it basic. All you're going to do is take the ball and toss it back this way. Basic. Just like this. All right, do the same thing with left hand. Well, here, I'm just literally bringing the ball, shooting back. And I can see the square and where I want to put the ball at. So once you get used to doing that, add your 2 steps. All right, so I'm going here, 1, 2, boom. So notice how my 2 steps and where my 2 steps are. My 2 steps, my first step is not underneath the rim, but it's going to be very close to the rim. And I'm here, and then my second step, just to get used to the reverse, I'm practically underneath the rim, and then I'm finishing. So let's just say you drive to the rim, you get here, you get a little too deep, but the defender's on your hip. Instead of forcing up a tougher layup here, I just go to my reverse, finish on the other side. All right, especially for taller defenders, when you get up in the air and then you want to go on the other side, they can't glass your shot. They can't block your shot here. They're going to have to go through the rim, and that's impossible. So that's how you use the rim as a shield when you do your reverses. Okay, so we have the outside reverse where you're finishing here. So I'm finishing here. You switch hands. So if I'm going to go finish on my left side, I can also finish with the right hand, and it's the same mechanics. It's just a different angle. okay? With the left, my shoulders are facing you, so I'm finishing here. Now, when I go to finish with the right hand on the left side, my shoulders change. They're gonna be facing the sideline, and I'm finishing here. Same thing as flicking my wrist back. It's just that my shoulder angle changes, so my release point and how I'm gonna shoot that layup is gonna change just a little bit. Just gonna go straight back. I can see where I'm at, and it'll be the same thing on the left side. Shoulders and chest facing that way, and I'm just finishing there. All right, so now with the basic miking for a reverse, I will go here and just finish. Stop smoking these layups. Boom, right? I'm just going back and forth just to get used to my angles. Then I can change and focus on that inside reverse. So I'm going here, same thing. And notice, I'm not putting any English on my reverses. I'm not doing that yet. English is for a specific time and a specific purpose. So as soon as I get used to doing that, now I'm going to actually work on, okay, where am I going to take off? When am I going to do a reverse? What am I doing a reverse for? So in game application, I'm going to use, remember, you're using the rim as a shield. That's what the reverse is for. So when you have tall shot blockers that are trying to block your shot, or if you have a taller defender guarding you, you want to use that as a way to finish and give yourself more variety to finish. So let's just say I'm on the wing. There's two ways that I can do a reverse on the wing. I can attack downhill, and as I'm getting downhill, I go 1, 2, I look, I'm gonna jump. So when I go to jump, this is where your jelly comes in, and then I can finish here. That's the first way. I might attack here, and instead of going baseline, I might cut across, and I might hit a reverse here. Right? And you can do this obviously on the other side. But those are two ways really quick that you could use a reverse to get your shot off. Earlier I said showing the ball early. So when I also go on to do a reverse, I'm gonna get downhill, I'm gonna show early, 2 slow steps, and then I can finish it with the reverse. There's just so many different ways that you could do it. It's really just about finding your angles on how you're gonna finish. So like I said earlier, you can also finish with the left hand on the right side. So I might cut across, show here, finish that way. All right, but notice I'm just letting the ball roll off my hand. I don't have to do a lot to make a finger roll. I don't have to spin. I don't have to add the extra degree of difficulty. I just want to make it simple. Get here, find my angle, finish. And I'm also, it's always going to be ball, you man. So when I go to do my reverse, I'm finishing here. I'm in between me, the ball, and the defender. And then I also have the rim as a shield, so he can't go through me or the rim to block the shot. And last one, just to have some fun, is once you are athletic enough, you get your legs strong enough to be able to spring you into the air, that's when you can start to have a little fun with the jelly and where you're going to finish and do everything. One of the things that I would do all the time is, yeah, stretch out. I'm getting old out here. But you can also play with how you take off with your finishes for your reverse. So I showed you both off of 1 foot. When you go off of 2 feet, so I'm getting here, you can show and finish that way as well. You could also just play with the different combinations and different ways that you take off to do your reverse. I could take off that way, finish left. There's just a lot of different ways. You can short your steps, lengthen your steps, jump where you're jumping at. You could jump straight up and finish extended on the other side. You could jump up and actually get to the other side. There's just so many different ways that you could take your steps and your jumps and your angles to make your reverse layups that much deep in your bag so that nobody can block your layups, okay? That's what you want to do. Get creative. You guys know to watch Kyrie, watch Ross Strickland, just watch great guards underneath the rim and just how they finish. Pick up some things. Most importantly, get in the gym and take those reps, finding your angles. All right, just a reverse layup. Believe basketball. Remember, leave a comment, to let me know what else I need to do for you. I appreciate you guys. Also hit that subscribe button. Bleed Basketball, we're out.